Hey, how's it going? Rich from Elk Endeavors here. Hey, listen, I wanted to talk to you today about the difference between Uber and affiliate entrepreneurship. And so the reason I want to talk about that today is many of you have heard, if you've been following me at all, you've heard my story about being an Uber driver. And same goes with Lyft. But ultimately, my experience with Uber was that I was trying very hard to make ends meet. I had just started a new job and I was trying to figure out how to bridge the gap between, there was maybe like a $300 or $400 gap that I needed to bridge, right? And so what I tried to do was supplement my income with Uber. And the problem with that was that it was keeping me away from my family more than I wanted to, which was the whole point of getting the new job in the first place, right? So that was really an important thing for me to realize. And one day, and I was kind of like, I was being real sneaky about it because I didn't want my wife to know, and I didn't like doing it, but it was necessary. I needed to make, I needed to earn more money, but I was kind of sneaking around about it. Which sounds odd, I know, but just bear with me. So, I would go in the morning. I was actually waking up earlier, like 3:30, 4 o'clock, so I could get a couple of rides in before my actual job. And then after work, I would put my phone on and do the Uber thing for on my way home. So I finally, when my wife, I told my wife that I was doing it because I was making a little bit of money, and she was a little bit irritated. But I was like, listen, I got to try to do Friday. Get people to the bars. That was my thing. I was trying to get people to the bars. I didn't want anything to do with bringing them home. I just wanted to get them to the bars. And so one day I left. I went to the gym specifically for the sole purpose of getting an Uber ride to and from the gym. Meaning getting a fare. And so I left to go to the gym, took someone somewhere, I forget where, and then I did my thing at the gym. I took a shower at the gym, and then when I got in the car, I turned my Uber on, and sure enough, right off the bat, I got a ride. So I'm like, okay, I went up and picked up the person. It was like noon, 12:30ish on a Saturday, and I got there, and I drive a Dodge Dart, so it's pretty small. So I got to the people's house, and there were 4 people waiting for me, 2 couples. And so I'm like, okay, well, it's gonna be a little tight. I was real polite. But when you're an Uber driver, if there's multiple people in the car, they tend to ignore you. You're not part of the fun. You're just driving them somewhere, right? So they didn't, and they don't really even have to tell you where to go because it's in your phone. So anyway, so I started driving. I went, and I knew exactly where they were going. They were going to a bar that I like. I had been there. Like once or twice, I think. But it was Saturday at 12:30, and so I got there, and they got out of the car. They said thank you, and then you sit and you wait, and you can see whether the person tipped you or not, what the rating was, whatever. And I think they tipped me maybe $1 or $2. It was a $10 ride. It wasn't a big deal, but there's 4 people. At any rate, I got there. I mean, I got done, and I started I was sitting there, and I was thinking about taking another fare. And I was like, you know what? I want to be going to a bar at 12 o'clock on Saturday. I don't want to be driving other people to a bar. I want to be going to a bar. Instead, I'm away from my family. I'm messing up my car. I'm spending all this money on gas. I wasn't really making any money because ultimately you spend the money on gas and servicing the car and things like that. And so it was really kind of disappointing. And that's when I decided, there was another story, but I won't get into that today. But there was another story, that really kind of pushed me over the edge in terms of all right, I need to think bigger and think stronger about how to make extra money and be the person that I want to be for my family and be able to provide for my family in the way that I want to. And that's when affiliate entrepreneurship came into play, right? And so what I realized, and I'm sort of talking to Uber drivers, is that when you're thinking about investing, you're thinking about the investment of time and energy it takes to drive for Uber. If you were to take that money, if I was to take all the money that I earn at Uber over 4 or 5 months doing it, I could pay for the 4% Success Challenge easily, times over. And it was a lot of time out of the house. Whereas in the success challenge, you're in the house and you're doing what you need to do. You're with your family, and the potential, your earning potential is absolutely sky high, right? You can't beat it. And so what I wanted to really stress is that if you're driving for Uber and you're looking for something better, because most people that are driving for Uber, it's not their full-time job. It's like their part-time gig. But if you're driving, one of the things that you really should think about, is getting into affiliate entrepreneurship, because the amount of money that you can make and the amount of money that you can, bridge that gap is incredible. Like there is no gap anymore for me, which is a beautiful thing. It took a little while to get here, but that's what, that's because you have to be taught. Like I didn't have to be taught how to drive. I didn't have to be taught how to do customer service. With Uber, I was good at those things already. But with affiliate entrepreneurship, I need to learn this whole craft. And I'm learning. It's a process. But I'm making money, and that's the important part, right? That's the thing. And the amount of time, you put a lot of work on the front end, but then once you get it going, then it's passive. It's passive, and you don't have to be away from your family. You don't have to worry about your car. You can get a better car and not worry about, how to figure out how to pay for it. And I'm not, I'm not there yet. I'm not going to tell you that I'm driving my Range Rover, right? I'm not there yet, but I'm going to be, and I'm going to be there soon. And I'm really, really excited about that. But my point is that you gotta, you have to think bigger in terms of how you make your money. So if you're driving for Uber, if you're driving for Lyft, and you want to, you want to turn that over and make a lot more cash in a lot shorter time, and make a real true impact on yourself, to the point that you could, if you want to, and again, I'm not someone who wants to quit their job because I love my job, but if you wanted to, you could take Uber completely out of the picture, and take your other job out of the picture, and just do affiliate entrepreneurship. And that's the beautiful thing. It's just a matter of how you grow and how you progress through the process, and how well you learn, and how willing you are to learn. And that's a really big thing. So with the 4% Success Challenge, you get this, you start really strong. You're thinking more like mental, mental capacity, and thinking about how you can improve yourself, improve your life, and improve your personality. You work on yourself, and you skill up on the things that you need to do in terms of affiliate marketing. But then you're sort of off to the races. So there is no one that can convince me that I haven't succeeded. Even if they think that, like, oh, well, you're making you're just making like dribs and drabs. Yeah, but those dribs and drabs are getting bigger, and they're getting bigger, and they're going to continue to get bigger. And that's the thing. That's the important part here that I want to make sure I express to you, is that these dribs and drabs that I'm bringing in are gonna multiply. That's the whole purpose of it, right? You get a drip, and then it snowballs, and that's the best thing. So if you're interested in the 4% Success Challenge, I highly recommend it. Obviously, if you're an Uber driver or a Lyft driver, save up your money. Save the next month's worth of fares, and stick it in a pot, and then make sure that you can get the Success Challenge. It's so much fun. It's so worth it. It's such a great time, and you'll earn a lot of money, and you'll earn, you'll get to the point where the money isn't even a factor anymore, and you're thinking about like what else you can do with the money that you've earned. So how does that? Doesn't that sound amazing? It sounds like it just sounds so awesome when you're first starting out, and then once you're living it, and once you're seeing these things happen, it's just a beautiful thing. So I can't thank the 4% Success Challenge enough. I can't thank them enough, and I'm really, really excited to help other people get to the point where I am, and then way, way higher, just like me. So thank you very much for watching today. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Have a great day.